What's going on YouTube? Cody Flips for Trips here, and it's time for another haul video. In this haul video I'm going to talk about all the video games and video game accessories that I got in the last week from thrift stores, pawn shops, and garage sales to sell on eBay or Amazon. Let's get it started. So for reselling, my favorite thing is video games. As you can see behind me, love my video game collection. I have another video about what is set up in my bedroom here for my game room at the moment. So let's talk about all the video game stuff that I got in the last week. So first thing I'll mention is at one garage sale I saw this Rock Band or Guitar Heroes drum set, and they had a box of stuff, video games, and they had a bunch of Wii games, and the Mario games, the discs were missing out of there, so that kind of sucked. But I kept talking to them and asking them, and they brought out more and more stuff. So I'll show you what I got at one garage sale. First thing I'll talk about is the Wii board with the Wii Fit Plus. To me, these aren't really worth it as far as the cost of shipping. They're available everywhere, and that, but it was included in a lot, so I'll just group all this stuff together, send it into Amazon, or put it on eBay. A dance pad was in there. I'll either send this into Amazon by itself or try to find a game to bundle with it, send it in together. The most notable thing is this drum set here. Now this was all Wii stuff, and this is for Guitar Hero World Tour. So we got the drums with the drumsticks, then also have the guitar. Now if you don't know, these little the ends of the guitars can just come right out. So this is the World Tour Guitar Hero one for the Wii, because this is where you put the remote, the Wii remote right here. But this Guitar Hero one, two other Guitar Hero guitars. I showed you the sticks on. Then we got the microphone, and I'll group all the drum set, the guitar, the microphone, all together with the game, and I'll send it in as a bundle into Amazon, and they'll sell for really good money. Other Wii games I got from that in that lot were two Wii Sports CDs. We got a bunch of Wii games here. Most notable ones. Well, this one's kind of cool. This is Backyard Baseball, but this one is brand new, still sealed. Again, Guitar Hero Smash Hits, Guitar Hero Legends of Rock, and what I'll try to do for like Legends of Rock is I'll group this with one of guitars and send it into Amazon. Also from that same garage sale, I got these three PlayStation 2 games, with the most notable one being Manhunt, Black Label copy. Then we got a little Metal Gear Solid for the PlayStation, and this Dukes of Hazzard game for the PlayStation. Not sure if the Dukes of Hazzard game is worth it. If it's not, I'll just set it aside and group it with a lot of games that I got for really cheap. In that same lot of stuff though, I got a PS1 controller and PS2 DualShock 2 controller. So in great shape. Never hurts to have extra controllers. If I have enough, or if I have a lot of one thing, I'll send some into Amazon. But if not, I'll keep extras in boxes to the side for if I just find just a system or whatever. If I find, for example, I found just a PlayStation 2, just the system at a garage sale. Well, I have power cords, AV cords, controllers. So I'll group it all together with some cheaper games and sell it like that. Now also in the same lot, one of the bags she brought out were these things. Some Nintendo 64 games were in there. And these are just sports, right? Like basketball, football, NASCAR, hockey. They don't sell for much. I'm talking like $2 a piece if you lot them all together. But so for old sports games, I'll just wait till I have like 10, 20 of them, group them all together and try to sell them on eBay for like 40 to 80 bucks or something. But you gotta have a lot of them because they're just not worth that much. But also was Duke Nukem 64. Duke Nukem, that's my game. That's the game I'm trying to collect all of them. Got Doom 64, and of course the highlight, Mario Kart 64. This was all, she brought it out. I saw that and I was like, that's what I'm looking for. These are getting harder and harder to find. They're only going up in value in my opinion. And also the coolest 64 game that she brought out too was because this was in the original box. This is a box 64 game. I do have a very small box collection, and I don't go after boxed games, but when I find them like this at garage sales and a lot for cheap, I'll add this to my collection because it does have the game and the manual and everything inside there. So I'll add this to my collection, and I'll take the Resident Evil 2 that I have and send it into Amazon. And then from some thrift stores, pawn shops, I got this lot of PSP games over the past week, with the most notable one being this loose Blitz game. Blitz sells for really good money. And then I got two of these Simpsons games, which sell for good, and just some other lower end games. Some Wii thrift store pickups were The Sims 3 and Wii Sports Resorts. Those are both worth it to send in. And I try to stay away from computer games. You should stay away from computer games because a lot of them need an activation code that goes bad. But this one is still sealed, brand new. This is Sims 2, and it was like $1 or $2. So I'll send this into Amazon as new. And then for PlayStation 2 games at thrift stores, I found another Manhunt. I got Simpsons Road Rage. And then I got a bunch of cheap Guitar Hero games. Now these games aren't worth it by themselves. But, you know, we got Guitar Hero 1, 2, 3, Legends of Rock, and Rock the 80s. So this is kind of a cool game. When you have I have a PlayStation 2 Guitar Hero guitar, I'll just grab that guitar, lot it with all 4 of these games, and it'll sell a lot better just because if somebody wants to play, they just buy that and they're ready to go. So that's the only time that these games are really worth it. You only want them if you get them really cheap, typically less than $1. These were 2, but I had half off, so I got them for $1 a piece. Then I got these Xbox 360 games. You know, South Park Stick of Truth, great game. We got this Dragon Ball Z game and Raging Blast 2. And then these 2 Dragon Age Origins, the Ultimate Editions. These games sell for over $20 a piece, so they'll get sent into Amazon. I got one lonely PlayStation 3 game, Ultimate Ninja Storm 2. Sells good. And then the last thing I want to talk about is one of my better pickups that I've seen at Goodwill. I've just never seen a lot of GameCube games at Goodwill, so I guess I got there like right after they came out. But I got all of these GameCube games. So I don't know if you can see the exact titles, but I'll just talk about, you know, some of the highlights that will sell really good, like Scooby-Doo, Night of 100 Frights. We got a Yu-Gi-Oh game, Star Fox Assault, Sonic's DX Adventure, Director's Cut. And then this is the one game that I'll probably add to my collection, Tube Slider. So I got started watching a lot of YouTube because of a video game person called Metal Jesus Rocks. If you don't know who that is, check out his channel if you like old video games. He puts out some great stuff. But this was one of the hidden gems he talks about, so I'll add this one to my collection. Plus I already have pretty much all these other ones. But the 2 highlights that I'll talk about is this SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom. I show it every time it's in my hauls just because it sells for really good money. And then the game I'll end it on is Pokemon Coliseum for the GameCube. Now this is a loose, it's in a generic case, but it's still Pokemon Coliseum. It'll still sell for good money. And all these games, what I do is I clean them up. If they're worth it to send it to Amazon, I'll send it in. If I'm restricted on it or they're not worth it, as in they don't sell for $15 or more on Amazon, I will set them to the side, and then I will group a bunch of games that are from the same system together and sell them like that on eBay. That's how I started doing it. That's the way I like it. That's the way I prefer it, just to make it easier. I don't want to list games on eBay that sell for $10 that I get like $5 for after fees and shipping. To me, that's not worth my time, but I will wait till I have like, you know, 4 really good games or you know, like 20 decent games and sell them all together for 50 to 100 or something like that. Those are all the video game stuff that I picked up. You know, it's awesome that I found some Nintendo 64 games. I really like when I'm able to do that. It doesn't happen often, but it is nice when it does. The whole setup for the Guitar Hero World Tour setup for the Wii, that's a nice find. It's going to take a lot more work to box it up and do it like that, but it's still worth it. These have been dusty just because they've probably been sitting in the attic. So I'll wipe them all down, box them up, send them into Amazon. But that's it. Those are all the video games and accessories I got within the last week from thrift stores, pawn shops, garage sales. Use that money, flip it, make some profit to pay for some travel coming up. So I do have a trip planned in 2 weeks, a little bit over 2 weeks, where I'm going to go on a 2-week essentially whitewater raft trip, 2 different weekend trips. So I'll make a video about it. But if you want to know anything I use to make these videos, those are in the descriptions down below. And I appreciate you watching. Thanks, and gig 'em.